Alright, I just stopped by the fancy fabric store and picked up some boning, which I've got here. It's not like synthetic baleen, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's still early. It's not that, but it is stronger than the zip ties, and I got it for like $3. So yay! But I think that's gonna work perfectly for my stays corset bustier thing. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna fly by the library, pick up a book, and then go home and hide. Because it's my weekend. I don't want to human. No. Alright, boning is all in. All the edges are serged-ish. A fake serge, just to kind of keep them intact. And now I get to go through with some velvet ribbon that I got and hand stitch the trim, which is probably going to be the longest part of this project. But I'm so happy with how it's looking and I'm really excited to finish it. So it's time to get started on that. Alright, so as many of you might have noticed, I've already made a mistake in my stays corset thingamabobber. I've been thinking about it, and I've been looking at other examples, and I've realized that one should always put some sort of structure or boning right at the closure. I just didn't really think about it because with the mock-up, I wasn't using eyelets, I wasn't using metal eyelets, I was just kind of like threading it through the fabric. And it was also 2 layers of fabric versus the 4 that the final is. So I'm like, it's gonna be fine. But then I realized that I was being stupid and I should have some sort of boning channel right at that edge. So I'm gonna try to add one in. Obviously, I already cut the fabric. There's nothing I can do about that. However, with the velvet trim, I think I'm gonna try to create a boning channel with that. Basically, like, have the trim be in and of itself a boning channel. And I think that will be good. I also think that I need to take a day away from that project, partly because I don't want to start hand sewing the trim on because that's a lot and I want to procrastinate. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna get started on cutting the final fabric for the plaid dress because plaid, obviously. That's about that. So I'll see you tomorrow. We will get started on one of the dresses. Goodbye. All right, I have all the pieces cut out for the plaid dress, obviously. But I will say I love the geometric quality of this dress. Like, I love that there's no wasted fabric because it's all straight lines.
I'm not crazy, she's crazy.
So I'm changing it up a little bit from the mock-up. I narrowed the panels of the main square of the dress just slightly, only a couple inches, because I thought it was just a little too bulky. And I also shortened it so that I could add a little ruffle at the bottom. No, I didn't put this in my mock-up. There's a potential that I could regret this down the line because I am impulsive. It's fine, whatever. And then I also cut a couple squares to put pockets in because they're pockets. This is important. This dress is awesome. I've been working on it for like a day and a half and it's almost done. Whereas the dresses, like the 1950s dresses that I worked on last summer, took me, I don't know, 3 months. All right, so I already messed up. I cut it and I folded it in half this way and cut it because I'm an idiot. And this wasn't how I was supposed to fold it. I needed to fold it hamburger ways, not hot dog ways. So, whoops. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to basically just cut off a little bit here so that I can adjust this curve here. And then I'm going to cut it off here and just make shorter sleeves, which I don't mind. I usually roll my sleeves up anyway, so I have no problem with having shorter sleeves. This is still fixable. I'm just frustrated that I didn't think that through. Like, while I was about to go cut it and I'm like, am I cutting it the right way? Does it need to be like this? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And then right after I cut it, I was like, dang it. All right, we have all the pieces cut, not without some difficulty because we need to make things exciting here, right? And now it's time to start sewing. Woohoo! All right, so we have the sleeves on. Yes, it is still in bag mode. Oh dear. I should probably clean up my mess of pins. The next thing is to put the ruffle along the bottom of the dress, but I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow because it's quite late and I'm ready for bed. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hello. Alright, so the dress in the outer fabric is finished, and I put the ruffle along the bottom. Ta-da! And now it's time to do the exact same thing with the lining, which is basically just taking apart my mock-up and readjusting it to the measurements that I did for this, which is very minor adjustments, but it does mean I have to take it apart. So just give me a sec. Ta-da! All right, bag dress number 2 is done. So basically now I have to insert the lining into the outer fabric and put in elastic for the top and clean up raw edges. That's pretty much the dress. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it. Alright, I picked up the elastic today, which means I can finish this dress. However, I don't like putting elastic in, so I'm going to procrastinate on that another day and do that tomorrow. I'm also procrastinating on working on the vest because I forgot how tedious hand sewing the trim is. Not happy. Okay, so I kind of finished the dress last night. I have some thoughts. Also, I realized that I haven't finished the sleeves yet, so there's that. But I have some thoughts going on here. First off, I don't hate it. It's kind of what I was going for, which is kind of like a moo-moo. That I would then put something, you know, like a belt or the corset or, you know, things over. And I'm fine with the lack of shape. However, it's bulkier than I thought it was going to be because I didn't think things through. Because why would I ever do that? But because this fabric is slightly thicker than the mock-up fabric, and then I have a lining with it, it's bulkier than I thought it was going to be, which makes it more awkward bringing all that fabric into my waist. The next thing is that this happens when I move. So I need to take the elastic out, and then I need to add just a little bit of a waistline into the fabric. I'm not going to take the whole thing apart because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to cut corners and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I still want it to be kind of baggy, just kind of like loose and comfortable, but I just want to reduce the amount of fabric that's around my waist because it's a lot. So I think I'm gonna just bring that in, and then that will give me a chance to lift the pockets up a bit, because the pocket starts like here-ish, and I need to start like here-ish because my arms aren't that long to reach the pocket. So that's what we're gonna do. Ooh. All right, I get to take out the pockets because I rushed into this without thinking. Doo-doo-doo. All right, so version 2.0 of finished dress. I'm really happy with this. I'm happy with the silhouette of it. Obviously, it's still not a fitted dress. That is not the point of this dress, but it reduced a bit of the bulk that was around this area so that it's not going to be so wrinkly and baggy at this junction. Yeah. And I moved the pockets up so I can actually reach them. So that is great. I think I'm still deciding on the sleeves. I still have to hem them. I don't know if I want them to be puffed or if I want to leave them like this. I like them both ways, so that's something I still am contemplating, but that will take me, you know, not too much time, and that I can leave that to the last. I think I want to redo the elastic and just take the elastic down a couple inches. Right now, I believe it's at 40 inches? I'm not sure. I don't remember. That was like a whole week ago. I don't remember. But I want to take it down a couple inches just because it's a little too loose. So I want it just to be a little bit more snug up here. But besides that, I'm happy with this. I want to go ahead and get my corset done. All I have to do is do like another like 5 inches of trim and then put the grommets, eyelets in, and that's it. So I want to go ahead and get that done and see what these look like together, and then I'll finish tweaking the dress. And then I have a whole nother dress and a whole nother corset to do. So we'll see about that. So I just kept the dress on because it's comfortable. All right, so trim is done. It only took me eternity, and I want to do another one of these, so why I do this to myself, I will never understand. Now it's time to put in the eyelets. That's what they're called on the packaging, so that's what I'm going to call them. And that means I get to do lots of measurements and blocking things out because I don't want to f this up. So lovely. All right, so I got quite a bit done on the corset stays thing. Most of the eyelets are in, but I need a few more, so I have to run to the store. In the meantime, I'm going to take the elastic out of the dress and try again, I guess. Okay, I think this is much better. The problem that I had before is that when I moved, it would like gape. So now it's still doing that just a little, but not nearly as much as it was before. So I can still adjust it however I want it, but it doesn't like have a giant gap in the front when I move. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm not doing this again. Okay. Yay! Okay, everything put together. Woohoo! Okay, so a couple thoughts. Well, I still need to finish the sleeves. That's just, I need to do that. It is bunching quite a bit here, so I think for the next dress I'm going to take down the armhole a little bit so that it doesn't do this as much and I can have the dress kind of come down here without this happening. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the sleeves longer in the next one because that's what I was meant to do originally with this one, but whoops. I have pockets. Okay, goodbye. Hello, hello. It is Saturday. I'm gonna try to pump out the second dress today, but before I do that, I have a pumpkin. I want to go ahead and get this in the oven so that it can start cooking because it needs to cook for a couple hours, and then I can have pumpkin to put into everything because I love it so much. And I know I'm a basic bitch. I'm sorry. If you don't know how to cook a pumpkin, you can go ahead and watch that video there, which is my video on how to cook a pumpkin and make dairy-free pumpkin pie. But then again, maybe you shouldn't, because I think that was like my third video. I will never watch it again. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and start on ironing my fabric. Yay. Alright, so I'm gonna do something that I probably shouldn't. It is what it is. So for the other dress, for this dress, I did add that like waistline to it. For this one, I'm gonna not do that right away, but what I did do with this one is I did take the bust down just slightly, and then of course the waist, and then I had it flare out to the hips. So I think I'm going to take the bust of this down just slightly so that it's more of like a triangle, but just barely, just by 5 inches. So take 2.5 inches off both sides and just have it kind of slope down like that so that it flares at the bottom, There's a little less fabric at the top, but I don't do anything with the waist. If I decide later that I need to take the waist in like I did with this dress, then I can do that easily enough. But I'm going to test it, especially with the stays first, this way. Alright, I have all the pieces cut out. It's only been like 2 hours and I ate in that time. So I think I'm on track. I'm going to start sewing everything together now. Hopefully this goes quickly. Oh wait, I have to cut the armholes. Please hold. Okay, now it is time to start sewing. Okay, I just woke up like 5 minutes ago. But I'm excited to get this dress done. So obviously I didn't get it done in a day, but I'm super close. Both sides are done, pockets are in. I just have to put the sides together and insert the elastic, do the hem. That's it. So I think I can do that today. I'm gonna get some coffee going. And start working on it. Step 1 done. so cold. I'm gonna turn my seat heater on and sit on my hands for a minute. Okay. Alright, we are back in the warmth, thank God, and I am starving, so I'm going to make this quick. First off, you might have noticed that I didn't finish my second pair of stays. In fact, I didn't start them. I kind of ran out of time. Sorry. I really wanted this video to be up in October, and it just so happens that we're moving. So this has been a very busy time of me trying to get this project done and packing and working, and yeah. So second pair of stays, I haven't touched it yet, but I will. I promise I will make those soon when I have my new sewing space set up. So my next video might not be sewing related, but it will be in a new location. Ooh, very exciting. Ish. I'm a little stressed out. Anyway, as for the dresses, I'm really happy with how they turned out. They're very comfortable. I can wear them around the house as like pajama dresses. They're wonderful. I can put a belt with them. I can wear them with stays. I'm really happy with this. I'm happy with it. We're good. I will say that I should probably put a little bit more effort into the mock-up next time, because then I can actually work out all the problems there, which is what a mock-up is for. But I am impatient and impulsive, so it's probably not going to change. Sorry. So overall, I'm really happy with what's going on here. I'm a happy camper. I feel a little bit like a Halloween hobbit, and I never knew that that was something I needed in my life, but apparently it is. I also have some pumpkin beer in the fridge, so I can just go all hobbit out on this. Alright, I'm gonna go take my makeup off. I haven't worn makeup in a long time, and I'm over it. I also desperately need to eat breakfast because it's like almost noon, and I haven't eaten anything yet. Just a couple cups of coffee. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful autumn and happy Halloween. Alright, go ahead and leave a comment below, like this video, or even subscribe. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and I will see y'all next time. Yeah! I need to take this off. This is driving me crazy. La, 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 la.